And when we use voice and when we encourage voice, the leader becomes valued because the leader values the other people. So all of that so far gives us the platform, Empowerment 1.0. But I'm supposed to talk about Empowerment 2.0. And you say, ooh, what's she going to say? Is it going to be like a woo-woo? I wonder that faith popcorn predicts the future. No, I don't really have that kind of ability. But I will say this. I felt inspired to call it Empowerment 2.0 because of what is going on with Web 2.0. Web 2.0, the technology press, is discussing where do we go from here. For 20 plus years, we've had the development of Web 1.0. All of the connectivity, all of the community building, the social media piece, all of that has created a platform. And where do we go from here? Now, I was lucky enough in the early 1990s, well, mid-1990s, to attend some of the first of the World Wide Web Consortium conferences. And the debate at that time among the people that Tim Berners-Lee brought together to work on the development of the web, the software engineers, the technologists, the physicists, all working together as a team to develop what we know now and we take for granted as the World Wide Web, or Web 1.0. And the thing that was a hot topic of debate was, should they allow commercial activity over the web? Because these were the ones who were writing the language. Tim Berners-Lee wrote hypertext markup language, that HTTP : / before every web address. He wrote that. That's why he's getting all the prizes. He invented the ability to send stuff back and forth. And then Vint Cerf, he was a brilliant technologist. He's the guy who invented email, the TCP IP protocol. But we won't go there. And this is why I've promised myself no off-piste talk here, stay on task. All of these guys invented this, and they talked about commerce, and they made the choice, wait for it, everyone, that the web belongs to everybody. Everybody has a voice. Everybody. And they made the choice, and it was a high-risk choice, to let anybody do anything they wanted. Now, of course, we've got the illegal stuff going on, and we don't like that. But by allowing it to be for everyone and giving everyone a voice, isn't it an amazing act of empowerment? And what have they done? They have empowered large numbers because there's no one person leading the web. It's large numbers, like those birds that form swarms. You know, you see them in the night sky just as the sun is going down, and you see all the little blackbirds or starlings or whatever they are. They swarm all over the place. And how do they not bump into each other? Well, that's the web. How do we not bump into each other? Well, we don't. And that brings me home to the scary aspect of Empowerment 2.0. Because Empowerment 2.0 won't be tidy. It won't be the neat. Within your organization, the employee and the employer now works more effectively together, creates commercial success, and builds a wonderful organization together. I'm sure this is going to carry on. This is still true. And I congratulate you and I wish you well with that. But the next piece has got to be looking outside. It's no longer enough to have a voice inside your organization. You have to have and use your voice outside. What would that look like? Let's say I own a residential care home in Yorkshire, and I built it up from nothing. And I've got a critical mass of staff, and we have achieved investors in people. Well, I belong to a community. And in that community, not only is it my little residential care home, and I've got my eye on a second one. No, I'm in there with McDonald's, with John Lewis, with all of the big organizations as well. I have a voice just because I'm a member. I paid my dues. And what does John Lewis get out of it? What would McDonald's get out of it? Well, the big learns from the small. One of the things that we saw in that David was talking about in his McDonald's presentation, the concern that, that they have to stay nimble. They have to stay with the customer. They have to satisfy the customer and then extend over that. The way they can learn more about that, of course, is their Investors in People community. In the same way that we have Web 2.0, an explosion of new stuff. And not just wearing a funny hat and sending a picture to my sister. It's the ability for me to communicate not just with my sister, but with some person in Nairobi that I've never met before physically. It's an extraordinary opportunity. So, if as a care home owner in Yorkshire, I'm very unhappy about my supplier, who do I ask? My community. If I'm McDonald's and I want to get up a focus group, who can I trust? So I'm going to wind up. In 20 years' time, let's all meet again. Maybe sooner. But in 20 years' time, we're going to have to evolve Empowerment 3.0. We don't know what Empowerment 2.0 is going to look like. I've already said there aren't going to be any leaders. I think it's community-based. I think you're going to have to learn how to use your voice outside your place to form fantastic new connections and partnerships outside of what you already do. But there's no one can tell you how that's going to look. You're going to have to make it up as you go along. And what we know about success is that as soon as a first phase ends, the new phase has to begin, and it has to begin right away. And on that note, I'll say thank you very much.